We begin tonight with Marc Caputo, White House correspondent for Axios, Chris Cillizza, journalist, senior advisor to DGA Group, also NewsNation contributor. Gents, good to see both of you. Marc, explain to us why Team Trump loves and relishes in this fight.
If you look at the net favorability ratings of Donald Trump, they're down. More people dislike his job approval than like it. If you look at it on the economy, it's really down. And that's one of the reasons his overall approval ratings are down. But if you look at his approval ratings on handling immigration, they're up. And so if Donald Trump can talk about immigration and have his opponents talk about immigration and not talk about the economy when the stock market is haywire and people have lost money in their 401ks, that's great for Donald Trump. Now, telling these facts on social media, as I did earlier, brands you among some on the left as being supportive of Kafkaesque and Orwellian detention and immigration policies. So there are a number of people on the left in the Democratic Party who just don't want to hear that sort of basic fact. And my Twitter DMs are just full of Republicans who are like, oh my God, we would be losing if it weren't for the fact that they're focusing on this than the other. And that's not to say that the left is wrong or Democrats are wrong about the detention of this man and the way in which he was deported, and he was deported apparently unlawfully. But on the politics of it, on the polling of it, this is the fight that Donald Trump wants, and Democrats are giving it to him. And
Chris, that's what I get to, and I can't figure it out. Democrats thought they had Donald Trump on DOJ and firing federal employees, backfired wildly. They thought they had him on Signalgate, backfired wildly. They thought they had him on tariffs and the economy, but they gave that up now to talk about immigration, an issue that they lost the election over because of Joe Biden and open borders. Do Democrats, is it Lucy in the football? They just can't help themselves?
Okay, two things. First, Leland, everything that Marc said is exactly right. If you need to understand why this is...
That's why we have him on.
I was nodding vigorously. I don't know if it was on camera or not, but he's exactly right. Leland, you and I have talked about this both on camera and off camera. And I think the issue here is it's not every Democrat, but a lot of Democrats, Democratic elected officials and Democratic activist types and major donors hate Donald Trump. And I use that word advisedly. I don't throw it around, but they hate him. And they don't understand why everyone doesn't. I always say to people, just because you hate him doesn't mean the average voter who's a swing voter hates him. But they view everything, when you hate someone, everything that person does is viewed as a 10 out of 10. The worst thing since fill in the blank. And when everything is a mountain, all hills. And you get into a boy who cried wolf situation. I'm throwing like 1,000 cliches at you. But the broader point I'm trying to make here is I just think he keeps getting them to fight on his ground. We're not talking about it, but I think the Harvard thing is another great example.
We're going to talk about it later in the show. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to defend a university that has a $53 billion endowment because they are not getting $2 billion from the federal government that I guarantee people didn't even know they were getting, like just the politics of that favors Donald Trump.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.